how's it going, guys? Welcome to the Mitch Ryan YouTube channel. Thanks for being here. As always, do me a favor, and if you haven't already, go ahead and click like and subscribe. It does help me a lot. I do appreciate you. So we're here for another riff of the day. But this one is a little bit less like a riff and a little bit more of a chordal thing. This is actually an original composition. We're going to break it down here. Excuse me. But what we're really going to focus on is learning these chord shapes in the first string set, which is the top part of the guitar here if you are new to this. So here in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and break this down, but in my typical fashion, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to me play the intro part one more time again, which is, the part we're learning today. We're going to listen to it one more time in full speed, right? And then we're going to listen to it in half speed. And then I'm going to come back in and we're going to break down what you need to know to learn how to play this. So, all right, let's get into it. All right, great. Now that we've watched that, let's go ahead and talk about what's happening here. So let's start off with just the first bar. This is the main sort of thing. This is the first part that I came up with, kind of what defines the song for me. Those are our three chords. To put it into time context, if we were like 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's talk about what's happening with those chords first off. Let's just talk about what they are. So your first shape here is an F major 7. This is a drop 2 chord. And if you don't know what that is, comment down below. If I get enough comments about it, I'll do a lesson on it. But this is a drop 2, F major 7. Actually, all the chords we're going to play are drop 2 chords, just for y'all's edification. So we play this F major 7. Pull off the top note. Right, that's E to D, so we're going from major 7 to a major 6. Our next chord is E minor 7. This one's in first inversion. This time when we pull off, we're going to pull off from B to A, which pulls from R5 to R4, giving like a suspended sound. And the very last chord is B major 7. B flat major 7, I'm sorry. We're going to pull off from 5 to 3 or from G to A. So that's the basic premise of this. And then really it's just getting the time down. So I'm going to say it out loud while I play it. I'm going to count the time out loud while I play it. Try to play. Go ahead, grab your guitar and try to play along with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So and there you have it. That's the first part of the song. Now let's start to take a look at the next few bars. So when we open up, that first bar we were just playing, our tonic for me in my mind is F major, but I'm looking at this like F major 7 Lydian. So this has got a sharp 11 on it, right? So, or a B natural. So I'm looking at it like I'm actually coming from C. Like F is my tonic, F is my 1 chord, but really like my key signature is C major. That's where I get this B flat major 7 from. I'm borrowing that from the parallel minor of C. So understanding that I was seeing us in F Lydian, or you could say C major, I wanted to build on that borrowed chord concept and pull more from the parallel minor. So I asked myself the question, well, what's another chord I can pull? Well, from the parallel minor, the obvious answer is the flat 3, right? So that would be, in this case, if I'm thinking C, it's E flat major 7. So I said, all right, well, how do I get to E flat major 7 if I'm kind of in this F thing? Well, let's go classic. 2, 5, 1, right? Classic. So I said, well, all right, let's do that. So that's what this next part is built off of. So if you look at the first bar, it's a bar of F minor 7. Second bar, B flat 7, right? That's 2, 5, and then we go to E flat 7 or E flat major 7, which is, you know, the 1 in this case, right? So let's take a look at how I did that. For this, again, like I said in the beginning, it's all drop 2 chords. For this one, this is where knowing your inversions of your drop 2 chords starts to become really important. So I have obviously tabbed them out here for you. If you don't know them already, what I encourage you to do is just to practice each one of these voicings separately. This goes for the first part too. Practice each one of these voicings separately before you try to put it together. So let's just start with the voicings that I use over this F minor 7. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat today. All right. That's third inversion, right? Root position. First inversion. And then, of course, we got pulled off into the suspension. And it's just 8th notes. So I recommend practicing that by just working on the chords individually until you feel comfortable with that, then putting them together. Once you feel comfortable with that measure, let's move to the next one, which is the B flat 7. The beauty of this is that each voicing is only 1 note different. I believe, yeah, I think it's each voicing. One voicing is 2 notes, but only a few notes different from what you just played with the F minor 7. Or yes, I'm sorry, the F minor 7. Lose myself. So now we're over B flat. So, right, we were here to start. Now we just let that D string ring open. Right. Now this is B flat 7 in second inversion, right? Where before we played, now we just remove a couple notes and we get that B flat 7. Right before we played, now we're going to flat our ring finger down the half step, place that with our middle finger, that's a B flat 9. So, pull off down to the tonic, to the 1 of the B flat. Right? So together then we have 3, 4, 3, 4, and now we get into the E flat major 7. We're going to use this voicing first, which is first inversion, drop 2 on this first string set. I'm going to pause a moment for anybody who's new to get that fingering for a second. We're going to go 1 and 1 and 2 and on the end of 2 we're switching to second inversion, E flat major 7. So we're on first inversion, 1 and 2 and, right? And at this point, we start to change. We're going to change the rhythm up a little bit and throw some 16th notes in. It's going to get a little faster. All right. So E flats again. 1 and 2 and 3 E and 4 E and I'm just demonstrating it now. For this back half, we're going to start to feel 16th notes. 3 E and 4 E and 3 E and 3 E and 4 E and so in other words, you're hitting on, or if it's E and right, when you start the second half here with these C sharp fully diminished seventh chords, which just approach the D minor 7, that's where they're coming from. These chords, just as their function, just so you know, you can place a fully diminished seventh chord before any minor seventh chord and it will work. So I just throw that in there to bring us to the D minor 7. You can think of it as like a 5-1-2. You know, there's a lot of ways you could call that chord. I mean, that chord could be considered like a 7 flat 9. It could also be a C7 flat 9 actually. But in this case, I think it really is a C sharp fully diminished 7th because it's really pulling you to the D minor 7th. Anyway, I digress. So from here, from beat 3 of this measure, right? We're gonna look at this rhythm. You're gonna slide on these notes. So it's 1 E and 2 E and I should have said 3 and 4, but the rhythm was right. So 3 E and 4 and so now a little faster. That whole measure is going to sound like this. 2, 3, 4. And that's going to bring us to our final measure, which is one of my favorite voicings for a G13. So, if you don't know this one, it comes off the B diminished shape. We're going to add the E on the 12th fret there, right? So we're omitting the root from this shape. This is a rootless shape, but we have the 3, B on the D string, flat 7 on the G string, 9 on the B string, and 13 on the E string. And then we're just going to drop that 13 down to the 5 of D, which is D, for a nice little kind of resolution. I'm creating the feeling that we're going back like to a C chord. Right, that'd be really nice. But again, remember, I felt that original part was like an F Lydian, right? So I'm feeling kind of C. So I wanted to imply C to go back to F actually. So that's what I've done here. Love that. All right. And there you have it. That was today's riff of the day. Thanks for watching. Once again, if you haven't already, click like and subscribe. Stick around. I'm about to play an ad for my new album, Whole New Attitude, which is out anywhere you stream your music. It would mean the world to me if you would go stream it. So thanks so much, guys. Appreciate you. We'll see you next time.